What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Rolling with Honey Spokes. I am your girl, Honey Spokes. How y'all doing? All right, so y'all definitely gonna get a story time from me. But before we get into the story time, please go down below. Like, comment, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Please and thank you. Your girl needs it. All of my social medias will be listed down in the description below, okay? So if you're ready to get into the story time, we're gonna go ahead and roll right into it, all right? So this is part 2 about how I met Lit, and we did get into a 2-year relationship. Y'all, I do want to keep this story short and simple because unfortunately, everything's a blur. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And I'm gonna be very real with y'all. During this relationship, my family was going through a tragedy. I mean, we were really going through something, and it's been years. So this took place in like '08 for our relationship, but me and my family have not had closure with this incident. So it really took a toll on all of us. And me being in this relationship with Lit, it kind of helped because he was like my scapegoat. He was my safe place from all the craziness with my family, you know? So that's why I want to keep it short and simple because I have memories, but I don't have, I'm not good with the detail of our relationship. You know, I was really, he was my little security blanket at the time. Honestly, he really was, but he was amazing. So we're gonna get into it. Okay, so the last time, y'all, the last story ended with us leaving the naughty party, and me and Lit, we exchanged information with each other, and we planned on meeting each other that next night, that Saturday night, but it didn't happen. So we went a whole week. We just text each other, you know, we kept in touch, and then that following Friday night, we linked up. So Black drove to my house, him and Lit. They pull up, Black gets out, and he's still himself. He's a little hyper, not as turned up as he was at the party, but he's still more hyper. And of course, Lit is still like standoffish. So when they pull up, they get there. For some reason, during our conversation, Black is thinking that, I guess when we met at the party, maybe he got confused and thought that me and him had hit it off. And I'm like, no, you specifically was making sure that me and Lit got to know each other, and we did. So after a couple of funny looks back and forth to me and Lit, because I was confused on what Black was getting at, he's like, yeah, I couldn't wait to see you, and I'm happy I'm seeing you now, and it's been so long. I know it's been a week, but that's just too long to not see someone as beautiful as you. And I'm looking at Lit like, you told this fool that me and you been talking? So he's now informed. Lit's like, yeah, bro, me and her have been texting since the night we met. And this is why we're here now. I told you that we're here because I want to see her. And I don't know where Black mind really was, but he was like, oh, bro, no problem. You're good. You're good. You're good. I swear, y'all, Black, he's a black man. He's an amazing, incredible black man, but he speaks like a goddamn Ninja Turtle. I mean, he is Calabunga dude, all of this. He's cool. I like it. It's funny. It's different, but that's just who he is. Like, it's never a dull moment with him. So once he knew that me and Lit got a thing going on now, you know, he kind of exits the situation, you know, he exits, you know, out of what we're doing. So he goes in the car, he makes a phone call. He's always on the phone. He's always on the phone with his plug, clearly. I'll find that out later on. So me and Lit, you know, we're standing next to each other. He's smoking a Black and Mild. I don't care for Black and Milds, but ladies, y'all know what it is. When he's, oh my God, he's so cute. He's down there perfect. I'll accept whatever. I accepted the smoking, whatever. So we're talking about the night. We talk about the party and like all his homeboys who he knew and, you know, the girls that I knew. And then we start talking about the night that we're having right then and there. Like, okay, what's the plans? What y'all gonna do? Because I'm not doing nothing. And they had plans, but I think the guy that they was hanging out with, him and his girlfriend got into it. And that's why they ended up leaving. And that's why they ended up coming out here to see me. So he lets me know that, excuse me, our chair is making all kind of noises. I'm sitting in a squeaky ass chair. I hope y'all didn't think I was over here breaking wind or something. But yeah, so he lets me know that, you know, if I'm not doing anything, he would like me to go back to Pasadena and hang out with him. So I'm like thinking about it because I'm like, still, I don't know these guys like that. Do I really want to go out far out there with them? I don't know. So I gave it a little thought and I decided, you know what, F it, I'm gonna go ahead and go. So I go in the house, I grab my stuff, we head out. Y'all, I don't know what I said or did, but once I told Lit I was gonna go back to the house with him, he was on a whole nother level. You would have thought he took whatever the hell Black took, and he was just lit. Y'all remember that E40 album? I can't think of that album. I gotta look it up. But it had that one song, There She Goes Sliding Down the Pole. That That was my jam too. But when I tell you, Lit played that song about 20 times on the way back to Pasadena, I was like, boy, you got it. Another song, please. Another song, another artist. E40's my niggas, but come on, damn it. So we get to the house and it's pretty dark on the street. And the house that they're at, the big house is actually the house they're working on because they do construction. So they let me know that the house they're working construction on is actually Black's great aunt. It's like the family house, and she wanted some things done to it, and so she hired her own little nephew to do it because he does construction, of course. So they're working on the front house. They stay in the back house, but they also have a trailer in the driveway, and that trailer is pretty much where they go to, like, just, I guess, fuck up. That's just what they do. So we go in the back house. The back house is nice, it's clean. um Whoever sleeps in the front, whoever sleeps in the back, and I'm assuming that maybe if you have company that night, you might want to sleep in the bedroom because you got privacy. But that's just how they did their thug thistle. But it was a nice house. So as me and Litz in the back house, we're getting acquainted with one another. We rolled up, we had a little smoke. He poured me a little something to drink. We watching a Family Guy because he loves Family Guy. Black's on the phone with his plug again, and he lets us know that his plug is gonna pull up and drop him off some goodies. So I'm like, okay, that's what they do. I ain't tripping. So as me and Litz chilling, plug pulls up, gives whatever he gives to Black. Black lets Lit know that, what I'm saying, they own now. He goes and gets whatever prepared. We end up going back to the trailer, and that's when all the craziness started. Oh my goodness. Me and Lit are just really just cuddled up. We being cute. We on some puppy love type. We both 19 years old, so we really just being cute. Well, let me stop lying. I'm 19. He's actually 21. So yeah. So we being cute. We in the trailer now. And the trailer's actually not that bad. Boys being boys, men being men, they can clean up a little bit more, but it's not as bad where it's like, oh my God, I'm not about to live in no pigsty. It wasn't like that though. So we in there, we chilling, and Black's getting the goodies ready for them. And they go in the front of the trailer and they dabble. So as they're dabbing into their goodies, I'm in the back and I'm on my phone, and they come back. Now they're both on Sky high, high, high. I mean, they're turned up. I can see in Lit's eyes. He's just, he doesn't have the high eyes. He's wide awake. And now he's all over me. He's down there, I want to say drunk in love, but he ain't drunk, he high. So he's all over me. We started making out a little bit, and we're talking some more. Black's back on the phone. I think he's talking to a girl now. And Let's let me know, like, I really like you. I really like you. You seem to accept me for who I am. You're not judgmental. I'm like, this is still the first night. Let's just see. The night goes on, and y'all, it gets a little crazy. It gets a little crazy. By the end of the night, I'm just gonna skip right to it. I end up letting this boy off my left cheek and off my right cheek. I'm 19. I'm having fun, y'all. I'm 19. I'm having fun. He did ask. He was so lit, and we were just into each other. Now, when this happened, Black was gone. Black had walked out. I guess he had called a girl to come over, and they went in the house. We stayed in the trailer, and we just chilling. And yeah, he asked. He was like, "Is it okay?" Because I told him I didn't dabble in it. He asked me if I wanted to, and I was like, "No, I'm okay. Do what you do. I'm not gonna judge you. Just don't get crazy with me to where I'm gonna have to put your lights out because you don't know how to act." But yeah, I end up letting him do that. After letting him do that, we actually made it official to start dating. Once again, I'm 19, y'all. I'm 19. I'm a young little fool. But I will tell you, besides his drug habit that he seemed to have, his partying a lot, he was very much a gentleman to me. He was such a gentleman. He was very gentle with me. So I will tell you that I accepted his nicotine smoking. I accepted his booger sugar. I accepted just him for who he was, because he was genuine. He was sweet. He was very honest. He was very honest. He never, that I definitely know of, he never cheated with me. I'm sorry, never cheated on me, because we were always together. So I'm gonna jump into that. Him living in Pasadena and me living in LA. I live off of like La Cienega. If y'all know what La Cienega is, like West LA, borderline in Culver City. He lives in Pasadena. Depending on the drive, it's 20 to 30 minutes away. And that's just for me because I used to go there so much. It was nothing for me to get there. It's nothing. So it's not that long of a drive for me, especially for the times we're going. We're going either early morning or late night. So the traffic is light. You get there within, I want to say, 15 minutes down there messing with us. And of course, they drive fast. The amazing part, the spoiled part I got out of this relationship is that, like I said, I stayed off of La Cienega and I'm like borderline of Culver City. Well, I worked in Culver City. My job was literally 10 minutes from my house where I lived. This guy would do things like this. He would leave Pasadena early in the morning because I had to be at work at 6 a.m. He would leave his house at like 5:30, right? Get to me around like, I can't even tell you. He would get to me though and have me to work on time. I mean, on time. I don't know what woman is doing this, but he did it for me. He offered. I never told him he had to. He wanted to, and I'm like, babe, I'm down the street. I could walk to work. I could ride a bike. At that time, I didn't have my car, so I had my mom dropping me off, and I was actually taking myself. I was like, she was dropping me off. I would catch the bus. Sometimes I would actually walk all the way to work because it wasn't that far to me, and the walk was actually okay. But this man would literally drive to my house wee hours in the morning just to take me to work and then go back home. And I was like, what the heck? And he had to get back up 2 hours later to start work. It was crazy, but it was love, I guess. And then he would do things like at night when I get off, like on a Friday night and I got the weekends off, he would come pick me up, take me home to get my overnight bag and take me back. Like he would do that. He would really do that. I love that about him because I just felt like someone really gave a damn. As simple as it was for me to get to work, I was his girl and he wanted to be there with me. And I appreciate that so much. He did tell me about his life. He had a lot of trust issues. He had mommy issues. So a lot of guys I've noticed, they got issues with women that really seem to be so like combative with women, or just they're irritated with women. They're just degrading to women. They're just very mean to women. Most of them have mommy issues, just like us girls who have daddy issues. We often go for the wrong guy all the freaking time because we don't know any better of what a good guy is. We didn't have a dad around to tell us this is how a man should treat you. This is how you should probably treat a man back. I know damn well I didn't grow up with that. I have my brothers, but I didn't have my father. But having my brothers did help. Having my brothers helped me a lot. I was out there, but I was very careful when I was out there in these streets. I was so careful what I said, who I said them to. I often gave fake names. Like I was careful, but having him was a balance for me because we were both missing something that we needed. He needed his mom. I needed my dad. He had a little sibling that he loved. He had a little brother that he really wanted to be with. And, he didn't get that chance to always be with him. He used to be a UFC fighter and he didn't make it that far through I think an injury. And that's where the pills came in. He was already doing ganja every now and then, but then once the injury hit and he couldn't do UFC anymore, he got into the pills, and then it led to other things. And he was very honest with me. Once again, he told me that he's tried every drug in the book. Every drug out there, he said he's tried, and he didn't like none of them. He only stuck with pills, powder, and ganja. Once again, he was honest with me. I'm honest with him. We're okay. I'll be very honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be very honest. I did dabble after a while. I did try the nose candy. It was no really effect on me that I can remember, but I do remember doing it when we partied. We partied a lot. And that's where I realized that our relationship had to change because we were so comfortable with one another. We were just so young. We just wanted to just enjoy each other. Even nights that he would come and like get me and I had to work the next day, because it's days I spent the night and I had to work the next day. And when I tell you he would get up and take my tail to work, he did. He definitely did. And I knew better. I knew I should have stayed home and not go way out there. But I did it so often and he didn't mind. I tell him like, babe, I got to go to work the next day. No, he's like, no, you're going to come. And I go to the house with him and of course, we'll roll up, we'll sip something, And like I said, I want to say probably 6 months into the relationship, I did dabble in the nose candy, and that was coming along. I didn't mess with pills. I was very careful with pills, only because a lot of that I grew up around. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I just, you never know what pill gonna do what. And I know all drugs are bad, but still, especially on over the counters, those would be the worst ones. Because you would think, oh well, they're over the counter. I mean, a damn thing. That don't mean nothing. Some of those things that are still over the counter shouldn't be on a shelf. So, like I said, I tried things with him. Excuse me, I did try some things, but that one right there, I was okay with. Like I said, we partied almost every night. So, for example, let's say it's a Thursday night, and I know, okay, it's Friday, I gotta work the weekend. I would still go out with him, and he would link up with his guys, and they will have girls, and we'll end up at a house party or some. It was a lot of kickbacks then. We'll end up at a kickback, and we're messed up. We're messed up. I'm hungover. I'm turned, high to where it's late. Now it's like 3 in the morning, and I have to get up at 4:30. I gotta be up by 5, and I'm toe up. And it'll be times I will sleep sometimes in the car. I was like, I will put my I was a security guard. I will put my security guard uniform on and will sleep and be like, I just gotta wake up and go to work. I just gotta wake up and go to work. And at my security jobs when I first started drinking coffee. So, when I tell you coffee, aim, baby. No, I wasn't no kid. Let's get that clear. I wasn't messed up, but I was dabbling in it. And I wasn't dabbling in it as much as he was. He made it a effort every Friday and Saturday night. Smoke, drink, snort. Smoke, drink, snort, pop a pill. That was him every time we had time off. So the partying got too much because then it started affecting my work. I was sometimes late. I want to say maybe 4 times I was a no-show. No call, no show. Wow, I could have completely got fired, but I didn't get fired. And I was still just a regular guard. I wasn't even a supervisor at this time. What really took effect was the following year, because I remember we had a huge New Year's party, and that's when I realized I'm messing up. It was New Year's, and I was supposed to work New Year's Day. So New Year's Eve, we went out, and we got messed up. We got so messed up, we woke up and didn't know where we were. So when I did wake up, and after like 30 minutes of realizing, oh my God, then I realized I'm supposed to be at work. It's hours later. I got probably 10 missed calls. I got voicemails. I ended up speaking to 2 supervisors, and they're like, baby girl, you are going to be put on probation because you are definitely slacking. We don't know what's going on with you, but you're slacking. The thing about it is, where I worked at, I got that job through family. So it was through like an uncle. So my uncle could have easily told my aunt, and she could have called my mom like, look, this is what she's doing. But because I'm an adult, they let me do my thing. She'll get it together. But no, I was completely messing up. So that was the first, I want to say maybe the first red flag for me that, okay, I got to get it together. That was like the first one. The second red flag happened when I realized my money. I was spending money like you wouldn't believe. And it was constantly on food and sometimes on other things. Now, I never purchased powder. I never purchased pills. I never got a plug. My ganja was my ganja. When I was in LA, I know how to get my ganja man. Or when I was with him, we'll find a ganja man. But I noticed my money was not the way it should be. I'm used to having my hundreds, and I mean hundreds. Go by hundreds, folks. You know what I'm saying? So that hundreds go. I'm used to having a certain amount of money in my account at a certain time for whatever reason, and it wasn't there the way it used to be. So I'm noticing like what's going on, and even my bank statements. I'm getting emails like, banks know when your spending isn't the same. They're gonna let you know, baby girl, get it together, be responsible. So I'm messing up at work. I'm spending money I don't need to be spending. And then I started being neglecting towards my household. So what I would do is the nights I would grab my night bag to leave. My mom raised us that if you're gonna be an adult staying in another adult's place, you need to carry your own weight. And you need to make sure you have an income so you can be on your own feet sooner than later. And that's what it was. I was working because I was a young adult living in my mama's house. You know, it was either school or work, and I had a job. I had a job straight out of high school, so I was working. And I would usually leave my mom whatever I'll leave her, you know, for I want to say whether it went to rent, it went to utilities, her gas, anything. And no, I wasn't a mom then, so it was just whatever, you know, here, mom. It was times I wasn't even doing that. And she was just like, you're not giving me the help that we agreed on. Like, you're out with this dude and doing this, that, and the third. Come on, what are you doing? So my mom called me out. The bank called me out. My job called me out. And I had to call myself out. What really was a final straw. It was a night we went out, and I didn't know he had took a pill. I knew he had smoked. I knew he had a little something to drink, and he was fine. But I know he had took a pill, and the pill he had taken, he was supposed to be behind the wheel. We end up leaving to go get food. We go get food. Everything's fine. On the way back, that's when shit got crazy. If y'all remember that movie, Wolf of Wall Street, where Leo is in the white Ferrari, he's driving. In the first part, we think he makes it home safe. But then when they show him again, they show the car, it's a wreck. Our car didn't look like that, but it could have. Because, baby, this boy hit everything on the way out. As we left the drive-through, he hit the curb. He hit a trash can. Size another car. He sided this. He's just sideswiping things. And I'm just like, babe. And I'm calling him. And I'm trying to get control of the car. He won't give me the car. And I'm like, okay, well, let's switch. He won't let me drive. This is my brother's car. It was actually Black's car. And Black loves that car. It's a beautiful blue Camry. He loved that damn car. So he's like, he doesn't want to give me the keys. He got a little crazy with me. He was talking some mess. And I was like, nah. He really showed his tail that night. He showed out. We got into an argument. He wanted to threaten me. Now, mind you, I told you he's the UFC. So we're talking. And even though he's out of it, he's like, I can break your face. Do you realize I was talking mess? I'll talk most in a little bit. So now I'm on my whoop. You gonna kill me and you gonna get us hurt and what's wrong with you and you and his it went to a whole, are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? Don't talk to me that way. I'll break your face. Okay. Let's just get to this house safely. So he finally get to the house, and I can't remember if Black was there or not. Because I don't know if I don't know if his girlfriend that came and got him. I really cannot remember. Maybe he was there, he was asleep. But the next morning, all hell broke loose. He went off. One lit. Like, bro, my mirror's gone. My car is scratched up. There's a dent here. There's a dent there. When I didn't even know how the tire ended up getting on flat the next morning. The tire, on the driver's side, that front tire was flat. So they're going back and forth. And of course, Lit doesn't remember anything. And I'm talking. I'm like, I tried. So Black didn't get off on me. He was okay. He understood that I was just a girlfriend. I was an innocent bystander. I was unaware that this man had took a pill that really messed up. And I to this day, I don't know what pill he had took. But it had him just sluggish, words slurred. He should not have been behind that wheel at all. So, like I said, I want to keep this short, simple. I noticed that towards the end of our relationship, he got more aggressive with me. We would get into a small argument, and it would lead to me just not wanting to be around him. And he always would threaten me not to walk away from him. Do not walk away from me. My mom did that. My last girlfriend did that. You walk away from me, it's going to be a problem. And he would often threaten me with physical abuse. And I'm like, dog, this is not going to happen. And I remember just like walking out the house one day, and I don't have a car, and I was in Pasadena. I'm like, I got to get home somehow, some way. The fact that I knew how to get home, but I was going to be walking on the freeway. Oh my goodness. I didn't call a cab or nothing. I was just stupid girl, all in my head. What are you doing? Why did you get, I was really like beating myself up mentally about being with him and now being stuck out there because he didn't want to take me home. He did not want to take me home. Matter of fact, he couldn't take me home because Black had took the car and he wouldn't let him drive the car anymore. So when Black was gone, we were just at the house. Black was the only one that was mobile. And we will, have our moments and we'll get into it. And I just didn't want to be there or be around you. He's not going to leave. That's his place. He doesn't want me to leave, and I would try to leave, and it'll be an issue. So, towards he never got physical with me, but he always made a threat. And the reason why I had to leave the relationship officially, two reasons. One is because I just didn't want him to take anything one day and forget who he was and snap on me and really do damage. He's a big guy. I love a stocky man. And he was big, and we used to wrestle and play and all that. So he was very strong. So I had to be careful. Another thing was, I remember he got arrested, and I had told this guy, I had told him, and I tell all men that I'm involved with this. If you go to jail and the reason is because you did something stupid and you're being hard-headed, I'm leaving you. And I said that. I don't play that. I have too many people in my family that's behind bars. Too many. I don't write. They don't write me. I have one. He's the only person that can call, text, email, write, video chat me, and that is my brother. He's the only person behind bars that can do that. No one else. None of my other family. When you get out, you get out. I'll see you then. But sorry for the noise. My family's they in there talking. It's late, but they still up. So anywho, I had told him this, and I was like, you're a good guy. You're not a troublemaker. You're not a bad person. But if you ever go to jail, it's going to be because you did something stupid. And you guys, he did something stupid. I can't recall what he did. I think he was probably drunk driving. Something happened where he put himself in a situation. He went to jail. He wasn't in jail for a long time. But when he called me from jail, I told him straight up. I was like, we haven't been good for a while now. I know you're in a bit of a bind right now. And it's tough, but I warned you. I told you. So when you get out, just know that you don't have a girlfriend. Saying this now, it sounds so harsh. It does. But he started slipping a lot, y'all. He started slipping. Like I said, he never got physical with me. He never treated me bad. We just had a lot of arguments to where he was very threatening. And then he just started not caring. He stopped really showing up to work. Like, you live at your job. He would do things where he'll be late getting up to do this and do that. Him and Black started getting into it a little bit more. And if I can remember correctly, I think when he did go to jail, Black was really upset because the way he went, he shouldn't have went. And it was basically all on him. The situation could have been avoided, but whatever. So yeah, that was our relationship. We broke up. And then I actually have another story that goes off of this one. That being said, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of chill. Thank you for rolling with me, for rolling 100 folks. All right, y'all. Good night.